Welcome to Let's Play Ultima 5. We've delivered some weapons for Landon to Ian here in Jhelom, so the Resistance have got even more weapons. So here he is, let's have a chat. Welcome back to mine humble abode, Avatar. Let's wind him up by asking what his name is. Thou shouldst have a decent memory for names. What do you do, mate? I don't have a job as such, but I do some work for the Resistance. I used to be a mayor. Tell me about the Resistance then. Without it, Blackthorn's grip would be complete. I'm not quite sure about that. See, now he's a hermit though. And pretense doth shame me somewhat. As a warrior I'd prefer open action, but then you'd think you'd be slaughtered. So fair enough, mate, you know. For the moment I can achieve here, is that good English? Oh well, anyway. Tell me about Blackthorn. Power hath never corrupted a man before like it hath Blackthorn. Okay, so you thought the Black Company was getting too powerful for its own good. Okay, so this is all going to be backstory about Blackthorn's Black Company. It's backstory actually that was invented specially for this game. But the Black Company is actually quite a cool idea. So it later became the Oppression. Oh well. I'm sure there are worse places to secrete oneself. I don't mind the solitary life here and the peaceful surroundings. Well, I'd get bored just attacking these spiders every once in a while. But oh yeah, he was a mayor as well. In the end, you handed over your power and purchased a tavern, though, okay? Which was the Sword and Keg. And it's a little rowdy, but it was more relaxing than being a mayor, was it? Okay. Tell me about Nicole, then. So she was a barmaid of yours, and her husband Jarl died. Oh dear. You didn't have any children of your own, so Nicole became like a daughter to me. Okay, tell me about her husband then. He tragically died whilst mending the roof of his house. Oh, okay. It's funny death that, you know? Mending the roof of your house. Not really would expect a warrior in Jhelom to die of. No, it suffered badly under the oppression. Oh, the captain of the guard is here, and his cutthroat mercenaries. Oh, well, I'll have to talk to them another time. I don't think running into them just now would be a good idea. Oh, apparently this Bantrel person really likes the guard, though. And we'll find him quite a disagreeable fella. Okay. He's become an absolute miser, and I cannot help but feel that he's been twisted by his environment at a young age. I feel somewhat responsible, even though I've not raised my hand against him. Okay, so maybe he wasn't... he was quite a frail child, was he? He was small for his age and sickly. Most of the other boys, the robust sons of warriors, scorned him and even occasionally beat him. And if I remember correctly, his own father held him in contempt, so he had a bit of a solitary life, did he? Lived a solitary childhood. Well, maybe he could tell us more about the captain of the guard, then. How I'd love to sever Jonas's foul head. Okay, I guess he doesn't like him. The oppression would have him replaced with somebody worse. He may live for the time being, but his days are numbered? Alright. So tell me about the oppression. You remember well the backstory of the Knight of Long Gloves, and mentioning Sir Simon as well. Everybody seems to like Sir Simon, who's in the Resistance. Even Landon. Windermere's claim on the kingship was ludicrous, considering his father's unruly past, and Blackthorn's militaristic notions boded ill for Britannia's future. Okay. So, tell me about the Night of the Black Gloves. Would that I could forget that terrible night. It doth haunt me still. When word reached us of Britain's fall, those of us against Blackthorn took up arms and stuck at the Black Company stationed here in Jhelom. For a time we claimed victory, then Geoffrey, captain of the guard, arrived at our gates with grave news. Blackthorn had said, "Every druid in you is now an enemy of the Republic." And Blackthorn had installed Judge Dredd. Oh, good old Judge Dredd. In the land's highest court of justice. Yes, says Jana, I will never forget that day. We in Jhelom prepared for battle. The Battle for Valor, Geoffrey named it, and we pounded sword against shield in anticipation of Blackthorn's arrival. I could just imagine them doing that, you know, bang, 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 whee! Blackthorn struck with a force far greater than anyone expected. His entire army was merciless. There were instances of him slaughtering entire families just to glut his soldiers' bloodlust. Okay. And apparently Geoffrey cleaved his way through Blackthorn's ranks to the Dark Lord himself, And there, circled by friend and enemy, did Geoffrey declare to Blackthorn, "We shall resist thine oppression." And that's where partly the oppression was first given its name. Those words echoed across the city, and everywhere the battle stilled, save for the swords of Blackthorn and Geoffrey. The captain fought bravely against the one he'd once named student, and when he drew blood from the face of the Dark Lord, we thought the battle was over, but then... Darkness shrouded the circle, and Blackthorn's bloodlust swelled. He defeated and disarmed Geoffrey. Upon his knees, and with Blackthorn's sword at his throat, Geoffrey accepted exile. That's... okay. Blackthorn's senseless violence struck terror into people's heart, and while it may have subdued them, it planted seeds of bitter resentment. Okay, so that's more background on Blackthorn's coming to power. Tell me about your life here. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Right, okay. He's going on about Bantrol again. He doesn't really like him, does he? Tell me about Windermere. He's the pirate who was a politician. The pirate's son who was a politician. If thou dost get the chance, ask Trian about Windermere's attack on Jhelom. He wrote a moving poem on the tragic event. There's a lot of bards in this game, you know. And he's a warrior bard and an excellent fellow. I would believe that Sir Simon would make a fine leader for the peoples of Britannia. His governorship of Trinsic ensured the prosperity of the town for many years. Furthermore, his claim for the throne arose from a sense of duty, not from mere lust of power. May thy sword cleave thee a clear path, Avatar. Alright. Well, he doesn't really know anything that we haven't heard already. Although I suppose the news about Geoffrey fighting with Blackthorn, I suppose that's new. But it's all just really backstory at the moment. Very good backstory. Nope. These would be these spiders that Ian's complaining about. Well, I took care of them. And I think it's time for us to go on a swim. Splish, splish. Here we go. Splish! It'd be nice if we could run across all the water. Just run from one island to another. Oop. Monkeys! Somebody's got a monkey out here. I could really do with a monkey. Okay, let's get back into town then. Assuming that nothing's hunting us. There's no combat here, is there? Just this monkey crying out for revenge. Oh, I see no monkeys. Alright then. What's that over there? Oh, it's one of those humorous grave sites with limericks on it. But I don't think I'm going to bother reading them just now. That must be those Valorian horses that everybody keeps going on about. Have we got enough for a ship yet? No. Well, let's look at a ship anyway, see how much it costs.
I at once.
She's eager. And there we are, the Law of Valor. Oh, hi there! Nobody's a hottie. Shipwright mustn't be in. Oh, it's another mad wizard. My name is Goeth, apparently. So this guy speaks backwards. Slow down, man, laughs Jhelom. We can hardly understand thee. Alright, Goeth says, and then chokes on his hair. He has evidently swallowed some. I'm glad this man is not a barber, Stuart. Keys I for an ingredient of note. Note of thing? Oh, I'm not going to read all this out, but basically some of his words are backwards and some aren't. And I think all of our companions are similarly bemused by this. I think he's in the Great Council though, so he might have a word of power. Apparently not, because I don't think we've discovered that he's in the Great Council yet. So we can't ask him, so all we're getting is gibberish. Right, we're not going to get anything out of this mad guy. Okay, well I think we'll take a break there, and we'll return shortly. This has been Let's Play Ultima 5 in Jhelom.